Alright, we are recording for what will be the last part of this preview playthrough. In Going Medieval, he was provided by Tinsley PR for the Irregular Corporation, they are the publisher. And as it says up there, this is a beta build, it says specifically version 0.5.8. So there are bugs and all that, they're known, we don't need to worry about it at all, okay? This stuff will be fixed, no worry. So I've actually already written up my thoughts on the preview. Yeah, it was basically yesterday when I was, still taking care of other stuff, but before getting to, doing this last recording that probably won't take long. The power went out for a couple minutes, and I decided, yeah, since I do have a battery backup, it's the whole, I'm okay, I can still work on the computer even without power going, but just in case, I'd rather not be putting under the strain of rendering game, capturing the game, and encoding the game, and got to work on the writing. But it's okay, I doubt that in these last bits here, much will change. Yeah. And it is technically possible that some of the people are in different positions than they were, because I have been opening the game up and pausing immediately just to check some things, to look at some things. Like just the behavior with the layers, which is that? No, that's it. I didn't notice this before. The whole control and mouse wheel to move them around, but you can also control click. And it will just set the layer to whatever. But it's also... Let me do that. Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? Hit the whole control and click on a wall, which... description is... on any object or the ground to jump to that layer. You do that, you are no longer able to interact with that wall. You can't select it, to inspect it, you can't do anything. Although, you can if you do this, but you can't see the highlight when doing that. It is weird. I'm sorry, I did have to criticize for the layer setup because I get it, I understand why it's here. That doesn't mean I think the implementation is good. So I need to get a drink of water. Yeah, it's... I understand it, that doesn't mean... I think that its approach is good. You know what? I'm gonna do that, because that way, the people can come back in. Wait, is it actually stopping snow? Like, we're not in a snowstorm anymore? Thank you. I just decided, oh yeah, here, can give them some tasks so that they stay inside, and then that. It's okay. Yeah, there are a number of things, and to be fair with what I wrote, and all the stuff I've said, some of which ended up not being true as I kept playing, like, some of the management stuff. It's getting to understand this is very important, which is one reason why I say start on peaceful. Don't do the standard scenario where you got the rates. Start on peaceful, because just figuring how to manage all this stuff is a challenge on its own. I had somewhere specific I would go. And now I can't think what it was. But, yeah, just, I mean, there's clearly stuff here that I'm certain is just yeah, it's not implemented yet. Like the whole, building underground, since that is talked about in there. Also, I noticed, do that. Yeah. Speechcraft. Good at bargaining. That's not come up at all. Helping and cheering other workers. Okay, I can see how that is useful right now. Conversational skills help turn enemies into allies. That definitely has not come up. So I'm guessing there is a trading, and hoping that there's a trading system that just isn't in this preview, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's only a preview. Which would also be necessary because it's like I looked around and there's no indication to me that it is, that I have iron anyway, and I would need that. So my guess is eventually you're supposed to be able to trade with... Whoop, what is this? Oh, okay, so... Very good at carpentry, so that's a positive. But it's like, I mean, the whole... These other settlements, that has to be purpose. What the heck? How is... That's probably some weird visual bug that there's... Apparently my influence is also over here. But it's like, there must be some way to connect to them, such as trade, sending missions over there, over to them. Or maybe there is actually a way to expand out your borders. I kind of would like that. That's interesting. Just the fact that there are different colors, different appearances. I hadn't noticed that it was set up like that. I mean, yeah, could be good at it, but oh. So, okay, in theory, I would... Well, okay, she's probably eating. But, she really should go convalesce, and then somebody else should come over and tend to her. Okay, yes, she is coming over for that. Who... Lambert may come over and tend to her. Oh, she came with a sword, too. Cool. Where is Lambert? There's Lambert. Oh, no, okay, he needed to get medicine. I did complain in what I wrote up, and I'm gonna leave it. Because just the fact that I had to manually tell them to tend to each other, it's like, if you're sleeping... It really should just be a, yeah, they'll take care of that automatic. And it is also just weird, the whole, how convalescent tending is set up there. There are a number of things that I simply feel could be done better, or at least made more clear to the player how they work. But hey, it is a preview. Things will change. Hell, there are games out there that they overhaul the new user experience every now and then anyway. It's like games that have been out for years. They'll still do that. Yeah, so I'm curious. I would like to believe that you can possibly do some crops inside to keep them, if you keep them warm, but I can also understand that, no, you need the sun. It's like, well, I got fire. Is that not good enough? One other thing that I did complain about was the whole... What I don't understand what thermal insulation means. What is the directionality here? Is this better than this or worse than this? Because this is a higher value. So is it the insulation is better? Or, I mean, do we want to get towards 1 or do we want to get towards 0? I understand that it would make sense that, oh, thermal insulation. Yeah, that's the score of the insulation. That's how effective it is. That's a quality rating for how effective it is to stop. Okay, to stop the heat movement. Okay, but couldn't it also be the scalar that's on the heat transfer? It's like the temperature is going to be flowing through it. What if that's the value that you apply to how much heat is lost going through? It's... I don't know. Could use some better documentation there. And it's also, I mean, so many of these are the same, have the same value. It's like, okay, limestone block and limestone is slightly different. Clay is clearly different. But wood at 0.6, I mean, are these differences significant? I'm not entirely sure. And it's also the fact that they're all the same stability, which, yeah. So stability, looking that up, it determines how high you can build up. Wait, what? Now I'm confused. I didn't notice this. Why are those... Each structure attached to will have -1 stability further. Oh, so straight up is... Okay, so straight... See, I thought that it did mean that going straight up as well you'd be losing, which would make sense, because otherwise you could have a very, very, very ridiculous tall tower, which would not be appropriate. Okay, then that also explains how the beams work as well. But, I'm sorry, no. This is not, I feel, how it should be presented to the player. That you have to watch this and digest what it's showing you, as opposed to, come on, close it. You know, looking here. I've held up floors and ceilings of England for centuries. It's like, okay, that, when you go to build it, you're not shown anything. That I do feel is where it needs to be shown, not just look in the almanac. And digest that. Another thing that also, it's like, yeah, this... Why is this over? This should not be over. It's on the opposite side of the screen from the thing that controls. There are buttons over it, so that it clearly could be just in here. And these are all camera controls. This is not a camera control. This is UI. Yeah. I got criticisms! But I've still had fun. I genuinely have. I've been enjoying this. I do want to see what the full game will be, because, and I know I've said before, I can see the potential. I really, truly can see the potential to this game. It has weaknesses. It has things that are just weird as well. But, you know, it all can be improved. Any game can be. And a lot can still be added. Like, one thing I put in there, and I know I talked about it, the whole why don't we have water? It's like, I will grant, adding water to this game could be an exceptionally difficult task. Because, I mean, it's just all the physics and such that you may have to add in. I get that, but it still is I could see some benefits to it. For one thing, not making everyone just being... So you actually don't have... Oh, well, your alcohol requirement is still high, but it's like, they have an alcohol requirement. It's not a... You know, desperately thirsty. It's like they want alcohol. And yes, historically, I understand alcoholic beverages, because it was distilled, they were safer to drink. They also didn't have much alcohol in them. Because that's just what you drank. It was for, you know, to quench your thirst. It wasn't about getting drunk. Although, yes, they still would have had high alcohol things to get you drunk. I don't doubt that. But, or you could just drink, you know. But it's, you know, like the whole, if you are traveling to another country, drink soda. It's like, in that case, it's because it's carbonated, and that process will also sterilize the liquid. But in the past, it would have been, you drink the beer. And it's not necessarily... And you wouldn't necessarily have much alcohol, but it's distilled, so it's safe to drink. I get that. But it's still, why can't I have water that would quench their thirst, that is just a source, like, or, hell, give me the ability to dig a well, instead of making it that there's a river, although I still would like having a river, because then I can fish. I also put it in what I wrote, that in theory you could also then, you know, cut out the ice, and use it for storing stuff. I mean, were ice houses not a thing in the 14th century? Another reason I mentioned for why water could be neat. But again, I will grant, that would be very difficult to implement. I completely recognize that is almost certainly the case. But but water wheels, which are millennia old. So you could definitely have that. It's like that they would have the technology for that. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I can see potential where it's like, yeah, I know that's not going to happen, but it's like, could we at least get a well so we have a steady supply of water, so that they can have that to drink instead of alcohol. That is dependent on this and dependent on the red current. I mean, yeah. What have you? There's nothing you won't. Oh, and I do also go in about the psychology of this is not ideal. Because, I'm sorry, I don't want to have a down arrow. It just, it just messes with my mind. And I know this is what is happening, but it still is I want to consider this is the minimum, not go below, where this is like I'm rejecting a task. But that's what this. I'd be much happy if it starts you off at what 0 is and basically goes up to, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for a total of 5, and then the +1, but that's the +1. And this is what I use this is what I wrote in the preview. Whereas right now we have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. I don't want to do any negative. That's the issue I have here. I'm reading that as though the down arrows are negatives, and I don't want negatives. So I do feel that could be a change to that UI would help. Mark those for it, and he can do it. See? And plus, I feel if you started at 0, it would be easier, because then it's not, oh, well, I want to reduce priority of this one. It's, no, you raise priority of the things you want. And if it gets complicated, you got these, increase all and decrease all. So you can just, increase all, it's like everything has a higher priority than this and that, then just step that down. It's like that is doable. And I think completely reasonable to do with this UI, since we already have these buttons. Oh, and I just realized I completely forgot to talk about this stuff. I think that's fine. I don't think it matters that much. Let me put that another way. It does matter. It is interesting. Just not necessarily enough for me to be like, yeah, I should really cover that in the write-up. Maybe, hopefully I'll get the chance to also review the game when it's, the full release. Because that could be more interesting. In that, the managing the food like that could be much more interesting. And actually, now I'm a little curious. I'm just wondering, is there anything like some of them do have a preference for one food or another? I don't even know where they're stuck. But, that is something that could be introduced and managed with that food there. So if somebody's like, no, I only eat meat, or no, I never eat meat, you could potentially do that. Although, raw meal cannibal. Hopefully you don't need to tell someone to be a cannibal. I do wonder about the no food, though. Like, why is that an option? What does that enable? I think I did mention about the furniture stuff. I don't remember for sure, though, and how it's like, yeah, it'd be really nice if this actually had an impact, but it really doesn't, aside from just like decoration. Probably this, actually, because then I could, make bows. Which would be good for just, the hunting purposes. Oop. Yeah. No, probably not the best building to stick that in, but at least it's in a building this way. But yeah, there are definitely just some things that I do feel could be appreciably better, and probably will be improved. Just, they need the time. She ran out of wood partway through? I think that was a she that was building. Yeah, I do wonder, when are you going to get to change the room types? We don't get any more information than that? I was just wondering, what might be best. Day 9? Day 12 is when it should end. Or at least when I need to stop. What is it? Going back a bit to the whole stability thing, with, there. You see how you got those numbers there? That could be the solution for what I was saying earlier about how it really needs to be explained to you in-game, and not just you need to decide to look into the almanac and then watch this and digest it. Especially because when I was looking back to try to figure out about this stuff, and was reading the stability stuff, I immediately ignored the in this case, a moving picture. I just basically saw, oh, it's an image, and was reading. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what was meant by this stability values inherited upwards with no penalty. I mean, I get now, having seen this, that that's what they're talking about here. But it's I didn't how it's written is just a little awkward. Something instead that stacked walls do not suffer the penalty, do not lose stability. That would be clear. But anyway, the point I was getting to is the whole showing the numbers there. If that were actually a thing in the UI, like if you could toggle that on when building, that would help. That would completely address my my criticism of just like whatever it is. You can just like, here, get rid of this, put it over here, stick something else in there to show the stability values on the map. You hit that, and then it just gives them to you. So that way you can see that, oh, that's why I can't build floor there, because the stability is too low. That would work. I want to quickly look at something, just to satisfy my curiosity. That would work. Okay. It's kind of funny. And it's also, somewhere it says, that these maximum is, I didn't build it, so I can't actually. There. Yep. Beam. Oh, it's not giving. Somewhere though, it does say, like, that's maximum range 12. And that I would also add is one reason why it's like you see that, but it's like, well, the support range isn't 12. The length of it is 12. So it's, yeah, just some things like be clearer. I just realized that I have 6. There. And that. Okay. Jeez. Why? You still in the... Well, okay. You are. You... Seriously? So there's nothing... Alright. There's nothing to tend with Loretta. But she is there. Do that to get the... I just, want this destroyed. I don't remember noticing that line before. The, LOD line for shadows there. Oh yeah, it's very clear over here. I guess when you zoomed in this far, you don't really notice it. Even at this point. What would it take for research? 30 and 30, okay? No. I don't know why. Yeah, sorry. You actually have to do something. Kind of want to see how quickly this goes. Not that bad. Of course, she... Yeah, she's at level 5, so she's in good shape. Woodworking speed. 140. That's pretty high. Alright, it is just wood. Who's wounded? And how? I mean, it'll be night soon enough. They'll have to go to sleep. And I'll just tell somebody to tend to her, I guess. Actually, this will be helpful to see, because yeah, I do have ones here that, you know, it is high, it is their highest priority, and it's their first priority. You don't have... Yep. Yeah, that is something that I feel should be changed. This idea that they will be... That just if they all go to sleep, that then no one will tend to the wounded. That you need to have the person actually convalescing, you know, because this is so high, so that they will do that, and then somebody else will come. It's like, no, it should be able to figure out that everyone's asleep, somebody's wounded, one of you get up and take care. I do think that is a completely appropriate amount of logic to expect for these aids. I'm just, looking around again. Seeing if there's anything about that interesting. There, get some meat going. I don't care about that. I mean, even the defensive structures would be more useful, and those I don't really see the use to them. I mean, this is peaceful, so there's that, but it's also, like, I don't see the value to a trap. And the Merlons? Is that what they're called? Yeah, the Merlons. I'm not sure how valuable they are either. Because they all have melee weapons, I don't want to even bother trying to hunt. Leave it to the rain. I do wonder if they may at some point add a way to, like, actually dispose of trash, these waste products. So, yeah, you are able to do this stuff. And well, hopefully that means then I'll be able to get alcohol going so they'll stop complaining about being thirsty. I didn't mean to pause it if I did. Yeah, I don't think I bumped the spacebar. Maybe I did. It just depends. What do you do? Wait, what? Okay, because it said nothing there and then it zoomed in on a door. I was very confused. As you could tell, because you could hear me. Oh no, that's interesting. Huh. They shouldn't actually be... It's like this stockpile doesn't accept them. Doesn't accept weapons. But I guess it's just, when I'm moving them. And the bones should not be here either. So those are waste, aren't they? Yeah, construction material. Which I do wonder, what is it that you construct from the bones? I haven't seen that yet. I'm just curious. If I stick that there, will that provide enough heat to warm that up and have them grow? I mean, I can understand it not necessarily work. Of course, now it's going to be warm enough that it will grow. I mean, I can understand the reality being that, no, that wouldn't be good enough, but it's a video game. And hoping it snows again. Maximum yield in 3 days, 5 hours. It had been 4 hours. I saw it was 2 hours earlier, so it's increasing? Days, 6 hours, but the temperature is going up. That is curious. That's slowing down. Unless it is some sort of bug. That's like if you watch it, it gets worse. Somewhere I thought that it was you were able to see what the temperatures were that it wanted. No. I'm serious, I really thought there was something that specified the preferred temperature. It up, and yeah, this video. In case I wasn't clear when I said earlier that we're just gonna, finish off the winter. It is weird that it is dropping things on the other side of a wall, but as I think about it now, that might actually be one of the known bugs in the list. Because there was something about, like, settlers working through walls? It may have also been that settlers will drop things on the other side of walls. I mean, certainly that is even if it is on the list, that would be a known bug. Because, yeah, anyone testing the game would see that, hey, this is happening. kind of wondering if they're actually like refilling the hit points by positing. Oh, okay, I see. No, the pile is good. Alright. There, so... Huh, interesting. Okay. Here it is. I just find it interesting that it did not actually, like, force me out after the winter ended. But that's fine. I know that this is how long I'm supposed to go. Which I can think of, a couple reasons why. One would just be that now we don't have all the systems set up in there so that, going past a year is worth it. Or it could be that, no, something's supposed to happen then that won't in this, and we don't want you thinking that, this is how it goes. I mean, it's a preview. You're only supposed to see some of it anyway. It's all cool. It's all good. But, yeah, I mean, I have been enjoying the game. It has been fun. I am looking forward to it and what potential it ends up achieving. Because I can see good potential here. I really can. Hopefully we'll, succeed at a lot of that. I want this to be a good game. I want all games to be good games. I mean, that's, yeah, I just want all games to be good games. It's always neat when it is a game that is early, and especially if I'm reviewing it, because, maybe there's a chance then that something I, say in there, it's like gets read and it's like, oh yeah, we could do that. Or, oh, it's another person saying that we should do this. Yeah. It's that is one nice thing about early access games. In general, the whole, getting that community feedback, because I do not doubt that there are plenty of games that have been through early access that designers were swayed. That, maybe it was something they thought wasn't important, we're not going to focus on it, but the community was like, no, we want this. It's like, all right, then we'll do it. I mean, but I've talked about it before, probably very poorly, just tripping over my own thoughts and my tongue. Finding the balance, though, is always important between what the designers want and what the community wants. Also, what is possible according to the engineers. That there is that as well. But, as far as just design goes, finding that balance between community and the designer, because ultimately it is the designer's game. It's not the community's game. It's the designer's game. So they do get the final call, but they still, the best ones, listen. It's like that whole classic, idea about leaders. The best leaders don't tell you what to do. They listen to what you say needs to be done, and then they tell you. But yeah, it's the best designers, not just creative, but also they listen. They get the feedback, and they may have that amazing vision, but they also listen to know what other people think. Because sometimes you're just one person. Doesn't mean you might be the designer. That doesn't mean all of your ideas are or the best. All right, so with that, I will be stopping this. Probably won't do another recording in this game. I might spend more time in the game, not recording. Don't know. We'll see. I do need to get to something else shortly after this, though, so won't be able to do it for a little bit. But yeah, I do hope to come back to the game. I really do. I want to see how it develops. It is listed in on the Steam store page as an early access game. It's not available yet. But there's that. It says it's early access, and eventually, it will have full release. And I do want to see how it develops through early access and into release. Hopefully it will be even more fun than I've already had. Alright. See you next time.